Without giving away any spoilers, Amy and Jonah are kind of up to their tricks yet again, and they always sort of find themselves in so much more trouble and complication than they ever imagined they could get themselves into. And someone from corporate gets sent down to investigate these sort of strange Twitter accounts that have been created that are bashing Cloud9. This was, of course, one of the amazing ideas that Amy and Jonah come up with together, and now they're desperately trying to not get caught by Luann, who's played by Chrissy Metz, who will for sure fire whoever was doing it. I've only met Chrissy in passing. She's always been a blast, but we've had so much fun on the set. She's stepped right into the vibe and is a wonderful improviser, and we're having a great time with her.
Amy and Jonah have devised a scheme to get corporate to give us more hours. We've found that when corporate sees us messing up, they feel that we need more hours to give the employees more hours, and so we continue on with that and start messing up everything and tweeting about it and trying to create sort of an angry tweet storm online, and then corporate has to step in because it's become a complete disaster. And Chrissy's character, Luann, is the woman from corporate who comes to investigate the matter and find out what's really happening and who's been sending out these tweets. I had met Chrissy a bunch of times. She's one of my favorite actresses. She's it's really cool that we share a network, and she's also a really funny person. So I think it's going to be really cool for a lot of people to get to see her in a comedy world and not just through bloodshot eyes and tears.
Miss Luann Parker Chen is a part of corporate, and she's coming to find out what is going down at the Superstore, because something is awry. So, you know, she's met with, of course, a cast of amazing characters, and she's gonna get to the bottom of it. Some defamatory tweets were made, and potentially, well, we know that there's some fake Twitter accounts made. So she doesn't know, other than that, what's going on. But she's got to, you know, protect her, not only her job, but the store. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, comedy has always been my thing, and now they're like, oh, she cries a lot, so let's keep her doing that. No, I've always loved comedy, but I just happen to be cast in dramatic roles out of the gate, which is so wonderful. But now I'm like, if there's comedy of any sort, I want to be there, even if they don't want me there. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and of course, Superstore is something that, of course, I've watched, not only because it's an NBC show, but because I love the whole cast and because they're brilliant. So I was like, can I, I'm here? Okay, great. So I'm trying to keep up, folks. It's not easy, not with these actors, so. I think that everyone sort of feels territorial about what's important to them to some degree, and you want to find out what's going on, and you don't want to work for a company, you don't want to work for something that is important to you, and then there might be potentially some wrongdoings going on, and you're like, hold on, let me figure this out. And also, you know, some people like to be in the position of authority, so not me so much, but it's fun to play. Lauren, and of course America, and Ben and Nico, you know, we luckily get to sort of run into each other throughout events throughout the year, and I love them as human beings, and I love their work, and so being able to say like, oh hey friend, I'm gonna come hang out, try to do what you guys do, but yeah, it's really fun to like hang out with people that you respect and that you really like, and to do what you love. I mean, it's really difficult because obviously we're acting, you know, generally speaking, we're acting, but we don't always get to improv lines. I mean, sometimes we kind of throw it here and there, but not as much as we see, you know, Ben or America. And it's so much fun because you don't know what they're gonna say, and you keeping a straight face is. I feel like I should be recognized just for doing that, for keeping a straight face and trying to hold it together. But it's different in the way that we set up. We have single cam, it's pretty much the lighting has changed and then we go. There's obviously 3 cameras here and a lot happening, and they do it so effortlessly that you're like, oh, what's happened? Oh, we're going, oh, okay, next scene.
We got Chrissy Metz in the episode this week, and it's super fun. She plays somebody coming in from corporate who's got to regulate. Things are getting a little out of control at the store. Basically, our hours get cut down by corporate, and in order to get corporate to give us more hours, Jonah and Amy decided it might be a good idea to start a social media campaign against the store, basically making the store look dirty or trashy, like they need more hours. Well, corporate finds out that they're the ones who started it, and they send Chrissy in to regulate. I've run into Chrissy a ton of times at all the NBC events. She's always super nice, and obviously we love the whole cast of This Is Us. And she's always been really great, so I'm just super excited to work with her today. I've seen her around the set. She enjoyed my shoes that I was wearing, and that's always a plus if I meet somebody who knows what kind of shoes I'm wearing.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. We have Chrissy Metz here playing the character Luann. She has come to the store because there has been a bit of an issue on social media. Something has been going on social media from within the store. Of course, the technology, they can trace where these tweets or posts are coming from. The tweets are coming from inside the store, okay? So Luann has been tasked with finding out who is the one who's been sending out these tweets, who is the person that's been trying to sabotage Cloud9, and she's come here to get to the bottom of it. She's like a regional manager detective. Yes, you know what? I have met Chrissy many, many times. Obviously, we're in the NBC family, so we've been at a lot of events together over the past few years. And she's awesome. She's the greatest. Like, I could not be more excited that she's here. I mean, I have been campaigning forever for a Superstore This Is Us crossover. I want to see them come into the store, the big 3 come into the Superstore, come into Cloud9, and we see it, the Superstore version, but then we see the exact same scene on This Is Us, but it's the This Is Us version. So we see like the funny version, and then we see it through the serious, dramatic lens. I just think, it's waiting to happen. Come on, it'd be great.
Luann needs to step in from corporate because in this episode, and we're not doing any spoilers here, I hope, but there has been a problem. Someone has been tweeting very negative things from within the store, from inside the store. And Luann has come down. Of course, this is a big public embarrassment for the Cloud9 Corporation, so she's come in to figure out who's doing it. So she's going to get to the bottom of it.
This episode of Superstore, the hours for all the employees are getting cut, and obviously that's horrible because we get paid by the hour. And Cheyenne actually comes up with a really smart and I think it's a very eco-friendly kind of way to live life, is to buy and sell used goods. So she's selling a lot of her old stuff, and meanwhile, Amy and Jonah are actually trying to create some bigger change by creating a Twitter account where they're, complaining about what's going on in the store, and they're really trying to provoke some change in that way. And Chrissy Metz comes in because she works for corporate, and she figures out that it's someone within the store that's creating all this trouble and commotion online. So she's here to investigate us. The scene that we're filming today with Chrissy is one of our break room scenes where she is basically presenting in front of everyone, the sort of evidence that she's finding and her reasons for thinking what the source of the negative tweeting could be. I have met Chrissy actually because being in the NBC family, we often are at the same social and just work events and whatnot. And I met her in Park City at a charity event, and she was really sweet, and she was there with her boyfriend. And yeah, she's a great person. I'm sure anyone who's met her would say that.
So, Chrissy plays Luann, who is a technology detective, because we are trying to get more hours here at Cloud9. And so, Jonah and Amy devise a scheme of sending out bad tweets so corporate will send us more hours, and then it sort of blows up in their face. So, Luann is here to investigate all the mess. I mean, Chrissy's amazing. Actually, I first met Chrissy at a big fancy Hollywood party, and this was before This Is Us hit the air. And she's actually like, a fan of the show. So we saw each other at the party, and she was like, "Oh my God, I love Superstore," and this is before This Is Us became the phenomenon that it is. So she's such a sweet and very, very talented actress. So we're so happy to have her here on set, and I just can't wait.